Yo, what's going on, people, man? It's your boy Dub in the building.
It's your boy Ross in the building.
It's your boy Joel Love.
It's your boy Graylin, a.k.a. Teenage Jesus.
Okay. It's your girl, Mally Mel.
It's your boy Bishop, formerly known as Boom Boom.
Okay, Warren.
Chill out.
Hallelujah.
I'm Nemo, the audio guy.
Oh, my God.
Huh?
Nemo, the audio guy.
Nemo, the audio guy's behind the scenes. You
I don't
can't
think we
see
need
him,
it.
but you see him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we about to get into a cool little episode. Last week we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But we back again this week with the homie Melissa. Everybody get up for Melissa.
Hey, insert clap
Insert applause.
Please don't kill my vibe.
Hey.
It was already okay.
All right, girl.
Alrighty then. But nah, let's get into the first topic. I'm not sure if everybody heard the little situation Chris Brown was recently in.
Period.
But basically,
That was so ghetto. Okay.
It was very much so.
yeah. So basically, there was a situation that occurred where he was at a club and certain women weren't allowed of certain color.
Darkies is what he called them?
Yeah, we called them
Oh,
darkies.
God.
And
But wait, do we know that
Women
for
of-
sure, or is this just word?
Just
Yeah.
based off of what they
Women
say.
of eloquent melanin.
Yeah. I like that.
Substantial.
Yeah. So
Substantial,
basically,
yeah.
that was the situation, and it was an uproar as always. If Chris Brown and anything negative, it's gonna be an uproar.
So the topic is, does it really matter that Chris Brown had a preference
Yeah.
to have certain women
Nice
of
word
color?
used there.
Okay, who's gonna go first?
Went to U of H for
Yeah.
people.
Who's going first?
The
Who
Cougars.
goes first? Because I
I
got some
wanna
stuff
ask-
to go
Okay,
on chest.
let's, ladies, let's
Yeah,
go. Let's see
ladies
what you
first.
think.
Yeah.
Lady.
The right eye rolled.
How do you feel about it personally?
I personally don't care.
Hey,
That's
okay.
right.
For
All
two
right.
Finally.
reasons.
Okay.
Because
Finally.
first of all, Chris Brown is not. I'm not attracted to him. Second of all,
Okay, I felt disrespected.
he
I did. I
is-
ain't gonna lie.
Is it a light
No,
skin
see,
thing?
Here we go.
God damn it. All right, next.
Here we go.
We are talking about
Yeah,
colorism next.
yeah,
so
yeah.
well, anyways, no, because I have a preference, and I don't like
Say it.
light skinned guy. I personally will not
Right,
date a light skinned
because-
guy. I like the darker.
look at this dark ass nigga.
Yeah,
I like the
here.
darker
We
complected men.
that's right.
So I didn't feel personally attacked. I think it comes to a point where he, y'all.
That
I
nigga said
think
that's right. Hey man,
I think the problem is the fact that he goes on to disrespect black women as a whole. If he was to do that, then I would take it personally because you came from a black
Right.
woman. But he didn't get on there and saying, I don't like black. No, he just said, I like, this is what I like and this is who I want in my section.
right?
He has the right.
He
to
has a right to do that.
It's
It's
his
not
section.
illegal. I feel like the reason why it got blown out of proportion is because Tokyo is dark and
Is
she's
that
also
the
all
heavy
people.
set lady?
yes, she's dark and she's also big.
right.
He ain't attracted to neither one of those.
Right.
So she got offended because all her friends was leaving her and going in the
Girl,
section.
get him.
And so she decided to go on Instagram and be like, I told him not to go in there because you a crackhead and blah, 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 blah. But she started doing these things because she wasn't allowed to go. I feel like if she was allowed to go,
She
none
wouldn't
of this
have
wouldn't
talked
have
nothing.
happened. Yeah. So it was more so along the line she felt left out.
Because she didn't get invited into the
And
section.
she felt big played because she is.
No pun intended.
See what you did.
You see what I did there?
Definitely.
So I felt like she felt played, and she also kind of played herself low key high key because, I mean, Chris Brown has been doing this for forever.
Yeah.
He's always had this preference. So
No matter what you say.
I just don't think people should take, like, I think they take celebrities like
too
feelings
serious.
or
choices.
they take it too serious.
Yeah.
Like it's they live.
Yeah. Like
oh,
if Chris Brown is like, I only want light-skinned girls or whatever he said. I don't even know what he said. But at the end of the day, even if he did say all, like,
And then you gotta understand, like right now, where we are in, like the time that we're in right now, everything
editing
is
that
made a big deal. Like
yeah, that's true.
This-
color,
true.
like colorism. I mean, and not to say that for those people who feel like it is a big deal, you are entitled to feel however you feel. But in the midst of things, that is the least of our worries as a people.
Yeah.
Like you worrying about who led who in the section because you weren't there. I just feel like
Who
that's
gives a
just-
damn?
Who cares?
Yeah.
You right? Who cares?
Yeah, because it's like people
He been
have
getting preyed on.
preferences. I just think But you got to realize a lot of women really was attacking this man on some, you shouldn't go against a black woman.
Bro,
and
I had a chick. It was the link or whatever to the story about it. I posted on my Facebook. Some random chick commented on my status. Oh, you must be a colorist.
She said, "You a colorist?"
Yes. And I was like, first of all, lady, I don't even know you.
Right.
So why don't you pack your bags and get the fuck off my status? Okay. I don't even know you.
Right.
And I was just like Miley said, man, that the whole preference thing, that's just
You stupid, Melisha.
that's just how you.
How you said her name? She was just like,
I'm never gonna get Miley.
Melisha. Just say Melisha.
It's gonna be Miley or
Molly.
Melisha.
I can't even say Melisha.
Okay.
Just leave it off. Leave it off the internet.
So
Leave it off the air.
All right.
I actually have a different perspective on this.
All right, babe.
So let me first preference what he said. So he says only want to fuck the black bitches with the nice hair.
Okay.
So if you just basically take what he said into consideration, you got to think about where we are as a people right now and the things that we've been dealing with for the last 500 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As black people. At the end of the day, that is a colorist statement because in the sense of it all, it's like, okay, you know what nice hair is associated with
Right.
when we talk about black people.
Nah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
just women in general. We talking about, we know women who are mixed with, Caucasian or mixed with Latino or anything of that nature. We're not talking about, a purely African American woman having nice hair. That's just not what it is. And if they do, it's like, oh, it's kind of like a unicorn kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So mostly black women, fair skin as well, but mostly we're talking about black women, darker of melanin, have a lot of melanin, have kinkier hair. So when he says that, I can understand why some of his fans have an issue with that statement or may be offended by it. I think at the end of the day, we also have to take into consideration the understanding that somebody might feel offended by what you may say. As an artist myself, I understand that, we can say we have to stay true to who we are and speak our truth and put it out there in our music, but we also have to be cognizant of what messages we're putting out there, you know what I'm saying, to the people, because Chris Brown is an influencer, whether we, whether we like it or not, like he is a guy that anything he does becomes magnified times 100.
Right.
So anything he puts out there is definitely going to be taken, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be digested, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter what he does. So we gotta be he at the end of the day, I love Chris, and I didn't stop listening to Chris because of the Rihanna situation, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. But he also has to be mindful of his power and his influence that he has over people, and just the messages that you put out there. And you have to really understand, like somebody just might be offended by that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So this is what it is.
True.
But at the same time, I feel like we take celebrities' words to we use that. We put it up to a standard, and it's like that's kind of what we got to get out of, because at the same time that matches the era we're in now, because nowadays everybody is sensitive over everything.
Oh my God.
You know what else I was thinking
ridiculous.
too? I was thinking like, all right, he said, this may be a little childish, but I was thinking like, damn, at least he said he liked black women. Like, how would you feel to be like, I
I don't like no one. No.
I only like Asian
true.
girls.
Because
Oh,
that
with
is
the
true.
chinky eyes.
No,
Well,
you know
yeah.
what? Yeah, that's
With the
valuable
raps.
because every time a black dude gets with a white woman, he's a
All hell
sellout.
break loose, yeah.
But nobody said anything when Janet Jackson and Eve got with
White
the
dude.
White, no,
billionaires.
of course.
It was a come up,
Of
girl.
course.
I put that out. I say, hey, look.
That's true though. We don't think about that.
If we gonna talk about the black men that get with white women, then we have to talk about the black women that get with white men.
Because
But-
it's a
But they
come
not-
up. It's a come up, sis.
They not gonna talk about that.
But here's the thing,
I
though.
mean, at least the women are not.
Here's
Right.
what we do. What
Yeah.
we do
Uh-oh.
as black men
Uh oh.
They're not gonna talk about that.
Uh-oh.
is Oh, you got
We
something?
probably should have said by each other.
Okay, no, seriously. No, actually, you did bring up a good point. I personally, and this is just my personal, and from my friends that I talk to, my group of female friends,
Suicide.
the few that I do have,
The
you
suicide. What
play
are
all
we?
day.
Some kind of
Suicide Squad.
All right, so we see both sides. Like I see seriously both sides. I love black men. I just do. I don't like
We love
like
you too,
being with
baby.
any other.
Hey.
That's
I-
right.
But not light skin.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I like it. I like all black men except one. No, just playing. I'm sorry, one. I'm just kidding. No,
Oh, I thought you were
seriously.
talking about.
I thought he was. I thought she was too.
I ain't gonna name drop.
I caught that.
What
No,
that
but
nigga is.
no, but
Sterling.
seriously, I see both sides of the spectrum. Like, you know, from the white men, the white women getting with the black guys and how our black women react. And I also see when the black women get with white men, it is considered a come up to some people just because
Yeah.
of the stigma of how the black woman, quote unquote, can struggle, and they look at this white person or the white man as some type of savior, like, oh, he got good credit, so he can help me get this and this or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that right there, if you are being in a relationship with somebody of a different race because of their status, I feel like it's pure ignorance. If you are with them because you are emotionally attached, drawn, whatever, and you like them, then that good on you.
Right.
But that stigma, it's like that with white people. White men, and I've heard them say this in the service. White men like black women,
Because they fire.
not only because
Not only
not only,
that.
Big
not
ups to
only
the black
because of
women.
that,
Hey.
not only because of that, and this is what white men
Love
have
my
told
black
me.
queens.
Like, they ask me like certain questions, like, you know, do you know?
Hey, so is
But-
it true?
No, but
that,
is it true?
that you,
Is
hot
it-
comb
No,
is-
seriously. Okay, nigga.
Smells-
All right.
Smells like
You get-
pancakes in the morning.
I'll say this.
Do I get bacon? Like, no.
Oh wow.
I'll say
Is it crispy?
You
at
stupid.
the end of the day,
No, that's true though.
No, seriously. I've had white men ask me, you know, certain questions that are stigmatized against black women, and they like it because they're like, "Oh, I want to experience this." And I'm just be
but
like,
see, it's a game.
"What?
It's a game.
More to a
Exactly.
game.
and that shit
yeah.
not cool.
It's not."
Man, we make these light skin jokes. Me and Dub. We make the light skin jokes, but we don't take it to heart. Because at the end of the day, I know for a fact that
Yeah, I get pulled over just as much as he do.
if you want to be honest, yeah, you know what I'm
So-
saying. And we get stereotyped just like the next person. But there's, for some weird reason, there's a stigma with some of our own people that, oh, because you got lighter skin, that you get a better benefit in life. You get looked at better by others because your skin is a little lighter than mine. And to a certain extent, that is a certain
It's
truth
true.
behind that. There is, but I also feel like we perpetuate that truth because we roll with it. It's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Lighter skinned women, you know what I'm saying? They look better than darker skinned women. Not
Are you
saying
saying
that's
that's
my
what people say?
preference, but that's the stigma. You know,
He's
That's
only
the
saying that's
You
what
know,
people
I was
say.
Like, are you saying that's what
That's
people
the
say?
stigma. You almost
Or
fired you up,
Yeah,
homie.
that's what I'm
saying-
saying. I'm not
Clarify,
saying, yeah,
Ross.
let me clarify.
You
That's
almost
not
started something.
how I feel, but that's the stigma that's out there. So I wanted to kind of get y'all opinion.
Hey, but you know what? Let's get on that because people don't understand. As a child, I didn't even like being light skinned.
Most of your family was darker skinned.
Most of my family is darker skin tone. And I didn't like being light skinned, although they joke about me being light skinned. But it's the fact that I didn't feel like I was a part of the family. And people talked about me, people picked on me because I was light skinned. And you deal with all these, you know,
from your own people.
stigmas
That's crazy
from
too.
your own
That's-
people.
man, that's
So
real
that's
shit.
really what makes you tough. Because it's like people always picking on you because, oh man, you can't do this, or you ain't this, you ain't hard.
Oh, you was light skinned.
Yeah, and
You a
so
house nigga.
all my life, I feel like I had to prove that I was. So that's where I grew that. You know what I'm saying? That how I am now. But people don't understand. I really hated being light skinned. So for people that never heard that story, I mean that's a part of me. You
I
know,
hate
a
that,
therapy
bro.
session that you
For you to-
probably never
For
heard.
you to grow up and not like your skin color because of things like that, even though it wasn't malicious You know what I'm saying? With the people that was what it may have been.
Because they didn't
It's
know better.
institutionalized.
It's very, very. Look, we have PTSD from slavery.
Low key,
Of
high
course.
key.
And it just is what it is, man.
It's just passed down, bro,
It
from
is
us.
what
We
it
don't,
is,
we
yeah.
don't realize it.
We've been conditioned and trained to not like each other. You know, you're lighter skin, you a house nigga.
Yeah.
Darker skin, we was out in the fields doing
True.
our thing. So we've been conditioned and trained to not like each other because at the end of the day, I mean, it's all about the Willie Lynch,
Yes, and it's
about-
still
And
going.
for the people that didn't read the Willie Lynch letter,
that
I
is
advise you to read it
crazy.
because you know what? It's crazy because, you know, we all like, man, stuff from back in the day. That's just, it's old text. But
Yeah.
really, if you read that now, it's so present. Like how that letter really kind of got down into our DNA.
It did, bro.
And it's really moving.
It's a part of
nowadays.
who we are not as a people, but as a culture. Like our parents taught us things subconsciously that they don't even know that they engraved in us.
Exactly.
That are part of that letter. Like how I read something along the lines of when slavery was introduced and how they would scare the black families and how they would separate the black families, taking the man away, sending him to the field, having a woman, regardless of color, in the house, get impregnated. Once she's pregnant and vulnerable, everybody knows, you know, the hormones and stuff happen. The fact that they knew stuff like that back then is amazing to me.
Yeah.
And how they use that to their advantage to mentally enslave the women to want to coddle the child, protect the child from everything else, and to make the woman mad at the man for not protecting her. And the man is just like, hey, you know, I can't do anything. Like, and the woman is just like, well, what do you mean you can't do anything? Like, you're stronger than him. And but she doesn't realize the effect of the mental institution that is on him, you know? And so they played a big, not only physical slavery, but psychology, like so much. And even now we're experiencing that as generations go on, and we're teaching our children things that our parents taught us that we don't even know. And these are things that as time goes on, like we're becoming more alert about it, and we're seeing and we're breaking these generational curses that really inevitably have been taught to us and passed down to us. So, you know, going back to the foundations of the institutionalized of slavery and how it became, colorism played a big part in that, because the slave master started noticing that the light skins and the darks were getting together. They're like, hey, we the same people. You know, we might be a different color, but we come from the same, you know, we come from the same cloth, you know? And so they had to start separating. Okay, they getting too strong. Let's separate them by color. Let's make something a problem within their own race and set them apart. So we're gonna treat these people better, and then treat these people
and make them hate one another.
and make them hate one another. Play them against each other, right? And so the white people was still the slave owners would still rape these women to keep those light-skinned babies coming, so they could keep that colorism going. And it's sad to say, but it's still kind of happening.
I mean, and it's working now, because if you think about it, black people together is an unstoppable force.
Unstoppable.
I mean, we're smart as hell.
We're the most athletic.
We're strongest. We have the best genes in the world.
But see, do we know? Do we
Henrietta Lacks. Let's
do
look
we
at that.
even know like where it comes from? Like, I don't even think people realize that we were brought over here. We all come from different tribes, and different tribes captured other tribes as warriors and slaves and things of that nature. When they came over from Europe and they saw those white dudes, they was like, you know what? Hey, this motherfucker ain't part of my tribe. You can have him. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So when we went over there, you know, the Middle Passage, it was different Africans from different tribes that were being put together. And when you know, genetically put them together and make them have kids and things, you create super fucking human beings. And so that's why you have the LeBrons and the Zion. You know what I'm saying? Your Zions
the
of the world.
Usain Bolts.
That's just how it is.
Freakish.
We are fucking superhumans,
Serena
man.
Williams.
And it's a lot of shit that we don't even fucking know about ourselves, man. To this day, that we have to become more educated.
But they'll keep us under the radar,
Man.
just enough for us to keep buying bullshit, keep us fighting each other, because they know a united African American group is a hell of a group. No matter what percentage we make of the U.S., we dominating everything.
They've already destroyed it once. We had
Black Wall Street. Yep.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? We had it. I know we had technical.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Everybody look at Gordon.
Let's not look
Nah,
at
it's
it.
cool. We already had it, bro, and they took it away, man.
Let's not get
they
cut.
destroyed it.
Yeah,
Because
for
they
real.
saw the power in it.
Black Wall Street.
You know?
That's staying in the club.
Right.
And Black Panthers, how they actually made WIC, and how they weren't on drugs initially. They started out in the community helping people. At the time, they didn't even have housing for Black people, but they were putting them in homes. They were putting them in groups. They were paying their light bills. They made these programs for the Black people. Right. And when heroin and crack got introduced, Reagan, when that happened, you know, it blew us away. We were not used to something that really altered our mind in such a way and made us forget about the oppression that we were feeling, and we got used to it. And our great grandparents, and you know, those people, we got used. They liked the fact that they were able to escape a reality and go to an alternate reality to where they weren't feeling the pressure of what they were feeling within their community.
Right.
And it messed them up because they got addicted to it. And it was hard for them to get out of it. And they didn't have programs like rehab. They was just on the street shooting up. You know, they was, and it ultimately tore down a powerful force within our community, which is the Black Panthers. You know, we fought for each other, protected each other, we provided for each other, we taught, we educated, we brought up children that were strong mentally, like Tupac. You know, his mother was a Black Panther, but she also got addicted to drugs, but, you know, eventually got clean. But his story alone and how mentally, how smart he is, how sound and how well-rounded he is, not only as
unapologetic, outspoken,
and not only as an
man.
artist, but as a person and a man, just strong, you know. Like,
so do you guys feel like we can ever, and why, get back to that root of where we should be as far as being together?
I want to say, as much as I want to say yes, just looking at society today, I have to say no. We have, like I say, we got to work in our communities first. And that's why like me personally, I know I want to be like everybody else and blame the white man, but I can't blame the white man. I believe that if we're taught in our households love, peace, and spread it throughout our communities, and we all love one another, we go from one Black community to the next Black community. That should be our ultimate goal.
Right. True.
And just to go back to the whole slavery thing, it's all about power.
It is.
And it goes way before
True.
it goes back to the Bible days. If you think about the story of Moses and Pharaoh had every firstborn killed, it's because he knew
that once they were raised up.
Exactly.
It's a power thing. If we get our mind off the power thing, and I know that even if we try to do it again, and it's kind of happening now with police, what's the word?
The brutality and
police brutality. Me personally is a victim. I've had guns pulled on me for no reason at all when I was in Dallas, but that doesn't make me hate the police. I still love them because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna need them for some reason, sometime in my life. And that's why
I ain't gonna say love. I respect. I respect them.
But I mean,
as
at
a
the end of the
human,
day,
as a
I
human
still
in their
have
job.
family members who are first responders.
I
I'll be
feel
police,
that.
EMS, or fire.
Okay.
So I get you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. Then yes, I feel that. But as a whole, like
As a
the
whole,
department,
I mean, for that situation, like I guess my
we need to
mindset now.
cue the NWA.
Yeah, like my mindset from where I was when it happened 3 years ago. I mean, I wouldn't like F the police. It was more like I cried because at the end of the day, my mind wasn't on F the police. It was, hey, I need to get back to Houston and see my family one day.
I see that.
You know,
I feel that.
And so I pray for them, and hopefully they'll see that we're just humans, just like everybody else.
But you know what? I get mad at our community when it comes to the energy we keep when we find out a white cop killed us versus one of our own.
Exactly.
Like, and this is a story that touched me. Like, the incident where we thought a white guy killed the little girl in a drive-by coming from Walmart or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That hit me, and it hit home anytime it's children.
Yeah.
But we don't put the energy on whoever did it. We so busy looking for the race. Who was it? Was it a white man?
It must have been a white man.
I don't give a damn if you green, blue, purple, turquoise, or orange. If you touch my daughter, it's just another side of me that's gonna just evolve. So it's like the fact that we really be trying to get down to the, nah, it was a white man. You seen that white cop? Da, 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 da. It's like,
can I speak on that for a minute?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go ahead.
But the problem with that is also, and we don't know the whole story. We don't have
True.
the whole footage from when the cop pulled up, what he asked for, and left. But in certain situations, and I'm not gonna bring them up because that's gonna start a whole nother topic. But I believe we can't be ignorant for pointless reasons. I feel like sometimes when we get pulled over, we automatically, as African Americans, we just, here come the police.
I mean,
What
can
you
you
want?
blame?
Because you can't. But
I
this
mean,
is.
no,
But this
I
is. But
can't,
look.
but coming from.
This is why I was saying what I was saying, because when it comes to the kids, children are innocent, and innocent children are being
Bro, they
killed.
shot Tamir Rice.
Innocent kids are being killed for pointless reasons. Whether it's a
He had
white
fucking
cop,
BB gun.
whether
Yeah.
it's a white cop,
A toy gun.
whether
And these
it's
are people that are
gang
trained.
related, whether it's niggas that's just so happen to be running up on another nigga while his kids was in the car. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what color you are.
Yeah.
We not looking at this shit from a grown up perspective. These are fucking children. These
Yes.
children don't even understand what race is.
Yeah,
We
no.
teaching them that shit.
Yes.
When my kids go to school, they don't see white and black. They see another
Another
child,
child, exactly.
of another gender or
And
whatever.
you know what? I don't really think, and sometimes we can teach them subconsciously, but they learn because of their experiences that they experience in school.
Right.
And, you know, I can remember my first time being in kindergarten, and I'm going to say this and this it. I was in kindergarten, and I was in a predominantly Mexican and white class. And my teacher was passing out snacks. I think I was in kindergarten. Yeah, I was in kindergarten. They was passing out snacks. It was almost nap time. And I didn't get a snack or anything like that, but everybody else did. So I remember going to the teacher, and I was like, hey. And I saw the bag. It was still, and I had a white teacher. And her name was Miss Williams.
Oh.
And
oh, okay.
Personal.
Fallwood Elementary.
Don't
So she purposely passed me. She said, you were talkative today. You're not going to get a snack today. Meanwhile, I had green stars. Everybody, you know, the white
She
kids.
remember the stars?
Yeah.
No, look, the white kids.
I got green stars.
I got
I
green
got green
motherfucking
stars.
Look, the white kids with the orange and the red stars, you know, they still got
Oh
snacks.
yeah, the orange is bad.
And I was just
Throwback to
like,
the
wait a
colors.
minute.
Especially red.
Why is that? And I
You know
go
about
back
them
to
reds,
things
though.
like that. Those are things that you learn, that experiences that teach you,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
this is how it is.
And that's
like,
the sad
this is
thing
how it's going to
because
be.
it's not anything that we grow up with, but it's
He
taught.
like,
But at the end of the day, that also brings us to our next segment of
Proud
4th
to
of
be
July,
American.
right? So how do we really feel about the 4th of July? I mean, because I know, you know, I think Richard Peterson was signed in 1776.
Four score.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But at the end of the day, we were still
I like my days off though.
enslaved, correct?
That's what
Am
the
I
white man
wrong?
Gonna say, you motherfuckers like your days off, niggers.
So
But even then, it's
Oh my
like,
God.
because most people don't even give you Martin Luther King Day off.
They don't.
You got to request it. That's a floating holiday.
Yeah,
But you know,
big
let's
facts.
not get into it. But at the end of the day, how do we really
Juneteenth.
feel
Come on, corporate
about
America.
the 4th? God damn it, corporate. How do we feel about the 4th of July?
Ladies first.
Anybody first?
All right. I don't.
I,
I,
mine,
mine. tangent. Listen, I look at for the 4th of July like it is a holiday that I don't necessarily celebrate. I don't care for it because it didn't do anything for me or my people.
True.
But
What about your independence?
comma. And you know what? And let's talk about that. I've
boy.
served in. Let's talk about it. So I've served
shit.
in the.
Talk your
I've
shit.
served. Okay. I did my time in the military. All right.
Okay. Got a
And
vet
we
on
are
here.
taught to be very patriotic. We are taught to adhere to these days and everything like that because it is a sense of, pride. You take pride in, your job like anybody would.
Right.
Ultimately, it was a job that I did. I still don't feel any type of pride towards those days because even when I was in, I was still treated like crap. So
Sounds
yeah,
about right. Because
you
just
know?
a hop, skip, and a jump ago, our parents were yet working for the white.
Exactly. So that makes me know. Never mind. To me, it is a day that I'm able to spend with my family that are off.
That's right.
We
True.
play spades. We eat.
Spades.
We do
Oh,
spades.
you play spades?
I don't, but that's neither here nor there. The point is they do, okay?
Gotcha.
And so it happens. So, and it's a day for us to really just gather. Like it's, we would do it any other weekend if they were off.
Yeah.
We just
Basically,
don't go crazy for the actual day because honestly, it doesn't really mean anything personal to
it doesn't.
the
Not
black
to me.
community.
It really
I
doesn't.
like the fireworks,
Makes
like
sense.
setting stuff on fire.
Well, some black
Sounds
people
about right.
were posting Happy 4th, and I feel like they don't even understand.
It's like almost like
they don't get it. They don't understand what it
is
really.
the word I'm looking for? It's
what it really
I almost
represents.
said this shit the other day. Somebody
You what?
was like, Happy 4th. Somebody almost said this shit the other day. I was like, Happy 4th. I was like, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Right.
look.
Wait, hold on.
We're programmed.
Hey, hold on, man. Like,
Hey, man.
do you
Hey,
not
man.
understand what 4th of July is? The freedom of our country? Even though we was not
Do
free.
mine?
But listen.
I'm not gonna call you Nemo, the audio guy.
Listen.
All right, he's shooting at 30%.
The
right now.
country had to be free, right? Just imagine being slaves from a slave. I mean, just
Demond, think
This
about that.
is the
so
thing.
you're
We would have
you're-
eventually. Are you talking about King George?
but just think about
you got slaves.
Okay, just
but
think
you're
about-
happy that Britain.
Okay, just think about this.
Let's not go into
United
details.
States-
Shooting at
what?
20%.
One of the greatest countries in the world.
Which we can understand because
He better
it
shut
was
down to
built
10%.
on
Built.
other
I agree.
people's
Yes.
slaves.
Oh yes,
by
it's
it.
built on us. Yes, I
Right.
get that. But the freedom we have now to speak is because of 4th of July.
Boy, you a
do
goddamn
we, do we
fool.
have? Hey, wait. That's
no.
you know what? I'm glad you
We're
said
on
that.
10%.
I mean,
No, but wait. I'm glad he said that. Do we have freedom?
Do we have the true knowledge though?
I mean,
Like, cause right now,
I feel what you're saying.
Those are two
and I
questions.
get what you're trying to convey. However, pause for effect. You wrong, bro.
Semicolon.
I feel like it's so much deeper than like, oh, we can get free. The thing is like
say it.
no, yeah, it's more to it than our country wouldn't be what it is if we didn't do this initially. Like our country still ain't
what it
is.
True.
And we in 2019 going to 2020, we still dealing with issues from 500 years ago.
Yep.
So it's
And
a
people telling
forever
us, "Get over it."
revolving door. It's a forever revolving door.
Oh,
It's like
that
it's constantly
motherfucker is a
going
trash
in,
can when
and
it's
now
so
we got
cheap.
things that are getting fixed, and we
over
think
it.
we got things that are
These
breaking,
nuts.
things that are getting fixed, and we got things that are breaking. So when you say, I look, he got a question like, where your loyalty lie, brother? like where your loyalty
I
lie,
am
brother?
so black.
I feel
But
it.
I'm thinking in the sense
Glad
of
you
like,
started that way.
I'm just, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
the country is free. I mean, even though it feel like as black people we are not free,
we weren't.
we are free. We just need to learn how to use it. We are not educated enough to know the system, to get over the system. We only know enough to say, oh, this racism and everything.
But there's a reason why we only know enough because
Exactly.
you were killed
It's the
for
same.
knowing
That's-
anything.
That's true, but not now.
But at the end of the
Oh,
day,
Dr.
no,
CB.
wait, look, wait. Let's get it. Let's
Not
get into
now.
that. Let's get into that
Not
because
now.
this is the problem. Even with white people, if my dad had $1 million waiting on me when I turned 18, what the fuck you think I'd do with it? Had I known what I'd known from learning from him, like as far as saving, stocks, real estate, owning land. So we talk about people that
We already started.
we started with nothing.
Yeah.
So we already started with debt on our back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, I love my parents and God knows I do. But we weren't educated enough to even fucking know about credit. Like it's the fact that now we have to start so behind when little Tommy waiting on a settlement or whatever it is for when he turns 18. So this nigga already got not only a 7 credit score, but now he got a chunk of money in the bank. He don't gotta go to work like me and you do for college, and that's not everybody.
It's not everybody.
But we didn't get land to us. We didn't get nothing due to us when slavery ended.
Now,
Well, hold
I'ma
on. Wait
tell
a
you what
minute.
you
Yes,
do.
we did.
Yes, you
Actually, what they did was they gifted, and I say gifted because
Go ahead.
they gave them 40 acres and a mule. But
That's
the thing
right.
is, they were not able to maintain the land, so the government bought it back from them. Some of them. Some families did
Some
get
families.
together and they got their stuff.
So stop right there.
Because
So do the math on that.
I am, but I already know what you're about to say. Warren.
But do the math on that. So I can give you something that I know you're not going to be able
Right.
to keep up.
But
Because
it's just to say that they did. I get it.
that's bullshit.
I
It
can say,
is.
I can
It-
say
it
some
is.
families can because
It is.
my family. I'm not just a Roll Tide fan because my family's from there. We actually have my great grandparents actually had their land. The 40 acres and a mule.
up Roll Tides.
No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is my family, like,
I'm dead.
we were, blessed from slavery.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah.
40 acres. That's why that's why I say Alabama's always gonna be my second home because my mom, who has the land from my grandmother, is giving me that land.
I knew.
And
it
I had
know
to
I'm
be going to
going
invest.
You like them niggas.
Yeah,
Land.
Yeah.
No, I like my
Roll
roots. Like, I don't have roots like so. Like Juneteenth, like I would have to tell yes, I celebrate Juneteenth because I'm born here from Texas, but my roots is from Alabama.
But we not talking about.
We ain't talking
This
about
ain't got
this.
nothing to do with
Look,
sports.
but the end of the day, we not talking
ain't
about
got nothing.
90% of fucking black homes that
Yeah.
don't have no way out.
Watch
No, they don't
13.
have
Understand
that.
Netflix got a documentary called
13.
13.
Seen that boy?
Watch
That's
it.
a that's a bad.
Ballsman.
Watch it.
Look.
That will
Because
put
at
things
the
into
end of the day,
perspective.
God, y'all don't
Yo,
want me to get
but
to
When we got out of
No
slavery,
way.
they found a way.
DJ Lil Finn.
But that's
Yes.
the
Back in
thing.
that
That's the thing
shit.
we're not talking about. That
But listen,
that's not
listen.
what we talking about.
I got
We
some-
don't realize that there was no way I can create a country and find booby traps that I know is gonna fuck you up.
True.
Right.
And that would make it not completely a fair playing ground.
Right.
Which it wasn't.
Which it really and still not. But
But I'm
DJ
listening
Lil
to,
Finn.
like everyone. Like
Mm-hmm.
our path is hard. I get it. But look where we are now. We
Our
still
paths
here.
wasn't hard.
Our paths, no, we got it so much easier.
I'm telling you right now, our generation, millennials, Generation X, we are stronger because our history. Because
We
we
are.
understand everything. Some of
and
us-
we also don't give a fuck. Look, the way our parents and our
I don't
grandparents.
think we
It
stronger.
is. That's true. No, I don't think we're stronger
I don't
either
think
because
we're
we
stronger.
cannot take a lot of the
We're
flack
not
that
stronger.
they did back in the day.
You
We
cannot
we wanna
say
pop
we're
off.
stronger.
No, because we don't.
reparations, we ain't getting that shit now.
At all.
From us,
At
we
all.
ain't getting it. The time for us to get reparations was during the civil rights movement. That was the strongest that we were
Boy.
as far as putting our brains together and actually taking action to
Creating
the shit
a
that was going
boycott
on.
We
Yeah,
are
to
not-
bring the bus system down.
Look at where we. God, I just wish I can yell, nigga. Do you realize what we doing right now would be unlawful? Having an opinion.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't
That's
even
what I'm saying.
imagine living to where somebody told me,
right now.
nigga. I couldn't imagine
So
living.
we're gonna okay. So
What
you're
I'm
saying
saying
what we
is,
doing right now.
what I'm saying is,
We are not as strong
we are
as-
nowhere
we're
near.
not as strong.
Can you imagine somebody telling you where to drink your water at?
Well, look, I'm not gonna say we're
No,
not as
no.
strong as, but I feel like we're not as strong mentally to take the stuff
But that's
that what
the
they
thing.
did,
But everything is mental.
which we
Life-
shouldn't have to.
but
So
life is-
that's a problem within
We
itself.
don't,
Like
we don't have the mental. You're right.
right,
But we have the knowledge now.
That's
We
true.
we can pull up all this stuff on our
But
phone.
But Ari,
I don't think there's no
Kyrie.
but.
I'm
but
listening.
Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
we do not appreciate what the fuck we have now. Because when I tell you people were killed for being able to fucking read, and you can't get a motherfucker now to read one passage. The only thing they can read is a post on Instagram.
Right.
Now you tell me why. It's like
It's the social
can-
media
it's
incline.
so much.
That's what it
Voting,
is.
bro.
I mean,
It's even
this is the world of the
Even
technology and
Voting.
it's advancing constantly. So back then in the days, they didn't have phones to be like, let me just go on and Google this shit right now. We can figure it out right now. They had to go to the libraries and put in countless of hours to find out one solution. Read 20, 30 books to find one solution. They had to. They had to be more educated than we
Math?
are now. Yeah, in math.
you couldn't just
They
fucking
call it
Google.
they called it arithmetic. Like
Yeah.
arithmetic.
look,
Reading, writing,
reading, arithmetic.
You
So-
couldn't do what we doing now, looking up the whole problem and
No,
solving it.
exactly. So
You
we
had to
have it so
figure that
easy.
shit
We
out.
we're very spoiled and we're not strong mentally
strong.
At all.
like they were. However, we are in a better position that we are now than they have ever been.
Of course.
As far as with our jobs, we got black women is the leading most educated, and not only in HBCUs but PWIs in the world. We
So-
are the most educated.
But question about that. So if black women have their own money,
Okay.
why do some of them feel the need that they shouldn't spend it? Especially when it comes to like dating. See what I did there?
Hold on.
See what I
Wait
did
a
there?
minute,
See what I
wait.
did there?
Boy, you confused. I was
Oh,
like,
wait,
wait a minute,
that
that
was
ain't got
segue?
nothing to do with the.
No, that has
Nice
everything to do with it.
segue.
Because a
Next
lot of
one.
women, black women especially,
That's a
have
good
their
idea.
own money, but they
He
choose.
said that was
Segue.
good.
God
My boy, he
damn
said
it!
that was good.
I should pat my own self on the back.
I got you, bro.
I
I got you.
you my nigga for a
You
reason.
know what?
I was just about to ask
women
Nisha
view
what
it.
Like
time
what I
we
did
got.
there? That was good. Huh?
He
So
said it.
So why?
for black women to have their own money,
Dub
psychology
student,
right
60% from the
because
field.
I feel
All
like
right,
personally, and niggas I feel like the black straight male is an endangered species. Am I lying? I asked you that already.
You did ask me.
I feel like it because now we can't have any feeling towards like
Homosexuality,
homosexuals.
yeah,
And-
you right.
And even though I don't hate them, but at the end of the day, if I
You
wasn't
don't like
raised on
it.
it, if my religion is like not being homo, then I just don't agree with it. I'm not gonna hate you. I still
That's
love
cool.
you. I got homies that's homo, but I'm not gonna dislike.
It's just funny.
It's,
I got homies that's homo. You know what I'm saying? What's
I
good,
got
bro?
homies. I got friends that are black. But
got I got him.
But at the end of the day, it's not that we hate them. It's just like we weren't raised to see what you see or just automatically agree.
You don't believe it, and that's fine.
But let's not deter from the
Mhm.
real
Yeah,
subject.
Yeah. Stay on.
For the women,
Mm-hmm.
for the black women who are quote unquote
Stayed on
able
track.
to get in better positions than men because a lot of positions don't really be wanting black men. We good for warehouses, trucking, and if you don't got that Twig card, I don't know what to tell you. Right? So
That boy said
Twig
Twix.
or
for black
serious.
women,
Goddamn.
why is it that we feel like it's okay to, even when you dating, that it's okay to not spend your own money? Why do you feel like it's always on the man? No, not you.
Okay, yeah, in general.
Why is it? What was the exact question?
Why is it? Yeah, we had this lined up. And my phone. It's not unlocking.
I'm gonna just edit this together.
Yeah.
Why do we- so
Why
ba-
would women spend a guy's money if they have their own?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't speak for any other
Yeah,
female,
okay.
but
Just
I
in
can
general,
speak
we'll
on.
go around.
in
We'll
general-
go around the room.
All right, so I was born and raised in the southeast side, dead end, the ghetto.
When the nigga tell you
Right?
all that, they about to.
Yeah.
Look,
Five
no,
star
no, it's
red.
the reason why I'm going back this way. So, where I was raised and like what I have now, you wouldn't even expect
Right.
like this type of behavior from a person that was raised like that. I mean, well, raised in there. My mom raised us pretty good, so
Right.
we lived in the hood. We were in that other hood. Mom always made sure that we knew that we were gonna go to college. We knew that we were gonna not live in apartments forever. We knew that we were gonna have our own, get married, all that stuff. We knew that because that's what my mom instilled in us.
Right.
Now, as I got older and I got my own experiences, got educated, deployed, did all these things, got my own everything, I became more independent because I was able to. Like, and my mother raised me to be strong. My mother raised me to be, polite, be sweet, but be strong. And your opinion, be strong in your appearance, be strong, So that's how I was raised. I'm not saying I have anything against a man being like, pulling out their car. I don't have anything against that. But if I was to go out on a date with someone, I pay for my own self.
Okay, all right, wait.
Because
wait, I hear a small applause. Coming from somewhere.
Because nowadays in our generation, it's expected a man pays a woman about to bust some ass open. And seriously, that's what it is. A man is gonna be like, well, I paid. They're gonna want to know. They're gonna want to know. Okay, so what are you giving me?
Yeah.
Exactly. So to avoid all of that, you're gonna get to know me for who I am. I'm not gonna hide who I am, but I'm also gonna pay for whatever adventure we're gonna do, whatever thing we're gonna venture out to. So therefore, that alleviates you from expecting from me. And that alleviates me from expecting from you. And I, at any time, can pull away and be like, you're not for me. I don't owe you anything.
I have a question.
Can we get some hand claps in this building?
I like, hold on.
But my mother and my grandmother would say, if he got it, let him do it. But the problem with that is, if a man is mature enough to handle that responsibility, because whether people believe it or not, it is a responsibility. It's a responsibility to take charge and be like, hey, I'm going to pay for this and don't even worry about it. You don't owe me. For a man to do that. But for a woman to feel like I owe this man something, that's for me, that's the worst thing I could ever feel.
Is it true
from
that
someone.
you can catch that vibe from the type of man you're dealing with?
You can. And that is why. And
so it'd be no excuses.
Avert contact.
Cool, depending on where we go. But don't order shit you normally don't order because
niggas start blinking twice.
No, I just got a question.
And then in some cases, I pay for the guy. But go ahead.
No,
can we get another hand clap in the building?
I was gonna ask you, like, do you feel like when you meet a man, do you have like that first mindset of, okay, we on a date, do he want the draws or not?
No, because before the date happens, when we're in the talking process, and he say, hey, you know what, I wanna take you here or whatever, I'll meet you there. Number one, and number two.
Oh, so she driving halfway there.
I'm not gonna. I don't expect. This is how I don't expect anybody to do anything for me. If a woman, I don't know. To me, I just feel like if a woman has that, you're like you can't really. Would you be able to sponsor this on your own dime? Like, you going to these places, and would you be able to do this on your own self? If not, why are you expecting him to do it?
Hey,
you know what I mean?
But I don't know. That's kind of crazy because I feel like a gentleman, and I know that's a whole nother topic.
Get in it then. Get in it. We there. What's the difference? We there now.
Like that. Because I feel like if I'm a gentleman and I ask you on a date,
you get the mind.
If I feel like I want to pick you up, take you out.
Niggas is crazy. You ain't getting my address.
Well, first of all, I'm not a nigga.
That's true.
I understand.
No.
I'm just picking in general.
But she don't know you, so she gotta think.
She don't know you.
She gotta think niggas.
I know.
She don't know you.
We in a different climate. We got niggas who pull up to females' house after one time of meeting them, drag them out the house, and beat them up.
Yeah. Facts.
To the point to where they're almost
defenseless.
dead. And they're defenseless because you in your own house.
They mess it up for everybody.
They
else.
do. But we have to be careful.
So,
we don't
Joe?
know. We don't know.
Here's
You
the
know,
thing.
so we have to be careful.
We gonna switch it up a little bit. This ain't a topic that we have written down, but this is a conversation that I had with my homegirls. We had a situation where I was just asking the ladies. I was like, "Hey, how is dating here in Houston?" And like everybody, all this fucking shit is trash. Niggas ain't shit, you know. Everybody.
Of course. Yo.
And I was asking. I was like, "Well,
I'm having an awesome time.
Where you find these dudes?
well,
First of all,
here's the thing. I was like, well, what's the issue?"
Third ward.
And so their
TSU.
issue was
Right.
Their issue was this.
Hump week. Hump day.
He said no sign. Don't start no shit. Hey, we love everybody, man. It's jokes.
On the Tiger Walk.
You find out where these niggas at.
Tiger Walk, come on now. So
He a PV nigga. That's why he like that.
I know, right? So their issue was this. One of them was like, hey, like, I done had niggas to where, like, I gotta come dolled up, you know, to a date, but this nigga show up in fucking Adidas pants, goddamn weak ass t-shirt, like, and he think that shit cool. Like, my nigga, why do I have to be looking like? She was like, at least come dressed like, come looking cute like me. If I'm a be looking live, I need you to look live. Like, these niggas don't, they just don't think about it. Like, she was like, another thing is like, I'll come to his house or whatever like that, and he won't even open the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, chivalry.
But you know what? It depends on wherever you. It depends on where that nigga is.
Speak your
how
mind.
From
Let's
how
speak
he
your
was
mind.
raised, where
It's
he
how
lived.
he's raised.
It is. It's how he was raised. But the thing is, before these girls go on dates with these niggas, you know, like
You do.
nigga. It's so when you make the conscious decision to go out with a guy who you know is not up to par with you, you are wasting your own time because you know that.
Some of them.
So I feel like we don't.
We can mask.
You
a lot of
you
shit.
can, but the thing is,
I could be an ancient motherfucker.
but a real
man
man is not gonna do that though. If a real man really is into you, he's gonna do everything he can to show you the first time. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna mess this up.
The way social media is nowadays, and like you mentioned, you know who you are before you date.
Yes.
You know who you before you date them. You kind of see a person's whole life now on social media,
Bro.
Facebook, Instagram.
You see what they doing.
Instagram Live, anything you go on, you can see a person's lifestyle. So you're right. Nowadays, you're able to see who you're dating before you date them, and it's no excuse why you should know
But
who
you know
gonna be
what?
with.
Social
No.
media,
I agree.
Bro, social media is
whatever I want.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree.
You
and
don't
disagree.
know.
certain extent,
You don't
though.
know
Hold
who
on,
I
yeah.
am or
Nisha,
what
you
I'm
right.
about.
To a certain extent.
Like I said, I gotta agree and disagree with that. I mean, I agree. You can kind of tell what somebody is from social media, but how do we know that person is really putting their whole life on
Like
social
Greta said,
media?
shit, y'all niggas don't know I'm broke. Y'all niggas don't think
Exactly.
I ain't got no friends.
But it's like, what are you
It's just-
looking for? Because I feel like different people are looking for different things.
They
Some
are.
people looking for just some ass. Some people looking for just a relationship that's going to lead to a marriage.
But you're gonna know what they're looking for if they complain about what
That's
a nigga
why
wins.
I blame the looker.
Like-
I blame the looker, the looky, whatever you want to call it.
The looky.
But when you searching for something, you primarily know where you going. Like if I just want some ass back in the day or whatever, you gonna look for the female with her ass showing, she shaking in her videos, cause she
then
tends
she'll
to look
say,
easier.
You're judging me.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
I'm judging
yeah.
you because I'm not gonna wife you.
Perception is
Before we get on that, 'cause
reality.
that's a whole other topic too.
Right.
What Melisha had mentioned earlier.
Said it right. He
What
said
she
it.
mentioned earlier when she was like, you can kind of tell about a nigga, like, you know, you can just kind of tell. So if you put yourself in that predicament, it's kind of on you.
I'ma
like,
just see. I'ma just see what he got going on.
He can't mask it. Like, you know, like if he just wants some ass, you gonna already
gonna
know.
see.
You can feel that shit.
Bro.
But my rebuttal to that is, and I hate to say it, I'm pretty good at that shit, dog.
Gotcha.
Zoom in on Braylon. Zoom in.
True. But that's what I was saying.
You can mask
I'm
that
pretty.
shit.
You can do that shit, and
can
it take a real good fuck nigga to do that shit, dog.
Fuck. That boy.
Damn, are you campaigning for the fuck?
Nah, I'm just
Right?
he
is.
That kind of
Vote Graylin.
We been keeping
For
it
Houston
real,
Council,
dog.
fuck nigga.
Houston Council.
We been keeping it real.
HCFN.
but that kind of
I've done this so many times. Like bro.
we get it, got it.
No, I'm just saying. I just want to make it clear.
He just being honest.
Hey, but
He
that
being
kind
honest.
of goes into like one thing that we was taught when we were young to make a good first impression.
That
You know,
Some people.
I take it like when you trying to make a first, pretty much you're not being who you really are.
I mean, so wait, so question.
So
Do you go to the extent for a
Hold on.
woman?
hold on.
Like,
you talking to me?
yeah, like, do you go to the extent for a woman? Like, let's say it's a woman that got her shit together and she just own it. Do you go to the extent of presenting yourself as the ideal guy to get it? Like, let's say she's like practicing law or something like that.
She eat me alive.
Huh?
That girl eat me alive. But no, I get it.
Because that's the thing. Because I feel like when a
Them be the
woman,
dumbest ones.
I mean, but I feel like when a woman really knows what she wants,
Yeah.
I don't know. Then again, I'm confused about that because you never really know about women. But I feel like when a real woman knows what she wants and when she's really ready, I feel like she can counter out the bullshit when it hits.
I mean, men too. Like,
what do you feel
same
about
thing.
that? You feel like
yeah,
you feel like that's true?
Men, we do it all. Well, I know I do.
I mean,
Like,
we do.
Like, if it's a chick, like, all right, I know I ain't finna be out here bullshitting with her.
Yeah.
Not just because she got a good job or these other
Because of her
things
period.
or whatever. Yeah. It's just like you feel it.
Yeah.
Like you really feel that shit, dude. Like you can feel like if it's shit like not even if she dressing, up or down, just like all right,
Conversation
I'm finna-
does a lot. Like the
That
first
too.
5-10 minutes of conversation, you can tell if a person is like about something or not.
I'm a fucking text.
Boy,
Damn,
I'm
you
telling
text
you.
how you talk when you find out how they text and how they talk. You be like,
Oh, you a guard? You a
BRB.
kindergarten ass
Look,
nigga.
these niggas skip
BRB.
elementary
What?
school.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I had a guy that no, for real. He like, we in each other's presence, and he get up to go to the bathroom. BRB.
Oh man,
Are you serious?
Maybe he's so used
Boy.
to playing like
See, a nigga
games.
like
And
you
that
would've
no,
been
that to me,
what does that mean?
boy,
I
that boy
almost
say
asked
BRB.
Be
Be right back.
Bro, if y'all I'm like,
Look, you see Ross? I understand it completely. I get
Yo,
it.
Coach nigga that be texting.
I was quiet.
Hey, look, Ross, like I get it.
Ross the fuck
You say
nigga that
that
be
shit?
texting.
You say that shit?
No, he be saying it.
Nah.
BRB. I'm about to go pop lock real quick.
LOL.
LOL.
Call of Duty, yeah.
You got me RTOF on them.
He don't laugh. He's LOL.
LOL.
Listen, girl, you look so good. You got me ROPTGOF CD.
What?
That mean you look good.
Semicolon.
You stupid.
That mean you look real good.
Go on,
Yeah,
go on,
emojis, man. Emojis do one.
But I always feel like it's what you look
Emojis,
at. Like, what are you looking for? Like, because
set the tone.
when a person is tied
Side eye.
and they ready for a relationship, because we all getting older in here. Ain't nobody under 25 in here. So let's just be honest. Niggas
Amen,
are really
amen.
niggas are either enjoying living their best life,
That's right.
or niggas are trying to find their significant other to be married to. It's either or. You either living your best life or you trying to look for that one.
I ain't gonna lie. At this point, if we talk, either we gonna get married, we gonna be together tomorrow, or you can keep moving.
Lord, he ain't lying about that.
I mean, because that's literally what it is. Because we all getting older.
And it's stressful, man. It's
We're not getting, and then now you gotta. I mean, dating nowadays.
Bro, I don't even feel like people know the definition of dating.
We can get to that
And
on
he,
another
this
day.
is
Dating.
Yeah,
when it comes
dating,
when
yeah.
it comes to
In
the
2019.
definition of dating. Like,
It is though.
people think because you're monogamous with a person, with one person, that we dating. Nigga, no you're not, because y'all ain't and it's not even about Instagram post. I forget the social media thing. Y'all not having conversations about the future. You don't even know what he does on a daily basis. You know, y'all barely talk. Like, these are the things that
all times of the night. I don't know what he do. But
Right.
you know, you can't talk to him when you sad. You can't talk, or you can't call her when you upset about anything.
Then that already let me know where you at. I
Exactly,
don't
bro.
even
You
gotta do
already
no
know
math.
what it is. Like,
Yeah.
you are
You the homie.
a jigaboo.
You pretty much the homie. 'cause
Basically.
Hey, but check it. Is it
Jigaboo.
like
Check it.
females out there
Nigga, check
who just like
check one two.
dating to fuck? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Come on.
Plus,
Oh,
bro.
he been in a relationship for a while, so hell yeah.
I mean, I've
Yes.
been in a relationship.
Me too, but I
what was
know
the
that.
question? What was the question?
He
forgot
said,
that
"Is
fast.
there females out there that just date to fuck?"
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, that's not dating. Actually, that would be called just fucking.
That's
So
just fuck- yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you was
changed
explaining
now.
like you don't know what his daily routine. You don't care about all that. Like, some women like that don't care.
they
It's changed
don't.
now,
But
bro.
somebody,
Are you free tonight? I'm lonely. I need some dick. I mean, that's how they are.
And that's,
Wait,
that's all
You
it is.
sound like you asking for a friend.
right.
He got an infomercial out. Like, are you free
can't tell me
tonight?
the money ain't
Buy
shooting
my
at
album.
60
Nah.
now.
Buy my album.
Album.
60%.
No,
Are
that's
you
how it
high
is,
right
though.
now?
Nah,
Do
that's
you
how
ever
it
get
is.
That's how it
nervous?
is, though, for a lot of women nowadays, they more so are like, hey, look, man, this is what I want, and it is what it is. I ain't trying to hear none of that other bullshit you talking about.
And
You
some
know?
men like it. Some men like, you know what?
Take advantage of my ass
Let's-
with me.
Look,
But then it's the
Let's
niggas that be
do
like, damn, I'm just not trying to drop no dick off on you, and you know.
Maybe I want to get.
Oh.
I do want to watch Netflix.
I do.
You seen Chernobyl?
can we? Can we cuddle?
See Queen of the South.
Let's watch some Game
Can
of
I
Thrones.
hold you?
That too.
Right? Let's watch some Game of Thrones.
Can I hold you?
But it's like, but honestly,
We know your
I
ass
just-
in the shot. Come on in.
You want a hot
Drink,
towel?
no, because this nigga here. Come on, drink that shit.
Oh god.
Because he's
Oh my god, dog.
he's speaking from experience.
Oh my god, shit
she
funny.
said a hot towel.
I'm weak.
Fuck up out of here.
Not a girl. Not a girls. Is,
Oh,
not a girls putting on their clothes.
Yeah, go on, drink up, Ross.
Not a girls putting on their clothes faster than.
Wait, where you going?
Oh, I just came for the
BRB.
BRB.
Well, she said she was coming back. I
Your Uber is outside
It's
waiting
been
on
2
you.
weeks.
Dang, it's like that.
Bro, what?
So do y'all feel like
amazing.
do y'all feel like the dating game is shifting?
Bro, the dating game is a game. It is a game.
it's just a
It is a
game.
game.
But is it shifting from the
We
men to
losing.
the women?
Niggas is losing out here.
Well, no, because women are
are
becoming more aware that they have power, bro. Like, and this is just the truth.
Women don't realize
How much power they have.
are
Exactly.
because
And now
niggas-
Wait, y'all
now
don't?
they are. No,
No, they
some
don't.
women don't.
A lot of women don't.
I ain't gonna, not me.
Women are crack. When I
They
tell
are
you, the
oblivious.
cat.
Bro,
Look, let's
don't
just be real.
understand.
Can we all be honest? The cat is crack.
Obviously.
Because
It's not even that. No, listen,
It is
listen.
that.
What's
No,
worse than crack?
not just no.
not your conversation.
What's worse than
Crack.
crack?
I don't know.
Wait. Okay,
the whole
on a
method.
sexual level, yes,
The
women
crack
have
is
a
the
lot of
crack.
power, but now men are becoming more aware too, to where they want intellect. They want intellect and they want the cat.
Gay. No, I'm
Warren,
playing.
you-
No, I'm playing. Jokes. But no, for
No,
real.
seriously. And some men get turned off at the fact that all of a woman
No, that's
can
true.
offer is just the cootie cat.
But
They be
that's
like, bro,
that's when you looking
Oh,
for.
God, yeah.
But see, that's
Yeah.
that's when you
like
looking
you look
for that
so
certain
good.
woman.
Exactly.
When you looking for that certain woman, it's like your conversation got to be higher than your last.
Bruh,
Like
Yeah.
it got to be somewhere. And I don't know.
So,
also,
do
men
we
can bring
feel
up.
sorry for those women that miss out on those guys that really want something strong
Early
and
on,
they don't.
No.
And when they realize, damn, this nigga really wanted something strong, and I was just trying to get some dick. Do we feel bad for them?
No,
when
course
they
that's
not.
their fault.
No,
it
because
doesn't
That's
matter.
their fault.
It doesn't matter. That's your fault.
You feel
That's their
bad?
fault.
it is. No, I don't say I feel bad for them.
You
Because
miss out on opportunity.
Well, no,
That
'cause
mean
most
you wasn't
motherfuckers-
ready when
most
he was
women be
ready.
like,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just
That's
want a
why
nigga-
I
want a
wouldn't
good
say I feel
nigga,
bad.
You know,
It
they
was
just
just timing.
want the
Yeah.
same thing I
Timing.
want, relationship.
because
But
if
when
it
you
wasn't
get
meant to be, it's not gonna be.
That's right.
Was meant will be.
True. I believe in that for real,
That's
for real.
Was meant will be. I think everything we go through is for a reason,
Yep,
and I
yep,
feel
yep.
like every experience, every person we go through, every person we deal with, it's for a reason. And even when people that have kids, like, even though you don't make it with your significant other, your children is the best thing that ever happened.
Best.
It's like,
That's right.
even for me, like, I couldn't even imagine, no matter what would happen, I couldn't imagine not having my children. So it's like, even if you hate your ex-spouse or whatever, your child is the biggest blessing, and you wouldn't have had that person from.
Exactly.
So it's like you can't really just, I can go on about that, but
You
you
looking at
can't-
me?
I was looking at the pillow.
No, you were looking at me, bro.
I was looking at the pillow.
I know that movie.
I really looked at the pillow.
I don't hate her. Jesus.
I didn't even say you. I don't know what you hate. That's
Oh,
you speaking.
Oh my God.
You on your own on that one, brother. I'm out of that one.
This is recorded, by the way. So
Don't come in the Clutch podcast looking for
Well,
nothing.
you know I watched the fucking show, Granny.
I heard what you said.
And we
You
went up.
don't give a fuck.
I just. And you know what? I think the dating game is a big game because people are looking for self gratification. They looking for something instant. Some people and most people don't really know what they want. So that they'll get with somebody thinking that they know what they want and then end up messing their path up. Like, hey, you know what?
So question.
And that's not really. Here we go.
Even about that though. So how do we feel about when two people get together
Right.
and it's random, but a child ended up coming out of it, and they both wasn't prepared for it, but the guy gets hit with the stigma of the child support.
You are on a roll.
Everybody.
How do we
What you
feel?
With the
How do we
segues, dog.
feel about the men catching the barrier of the child support? I mean, I'm just
Somebody get this man a cookie,
I'm gonna
Nisha.
sit. Make a chocolate chip,
Nisha,
please.
you making cookies tonight? What?
No,
Come
she-
on.
she's only
Get
making
some white
cookies for
chocolate
one
mac
man.
and
I was talking about chocolate
Can I
chip.
ask
You
you a
lifted
question?
Hey,
the
me
wide
too.
open for that
I
one.
did.
Me too.
I was talking.
Talking about
That nigga was cartwheeling through that hole.
Rocky Road. But nah,
She only making cookies
how
for
do we
one
feel
man.
about-
Toll House.
how do we feel about relationships that come together that end up
Interracial.
not working, but the man ends up hitting the road with the child support? How do we feel about that?
I feel like it's unfair, but okay.
It is.
Yeah.
It's open. It's open for whoever wants to grab it. You know.
Well, I am a father
Hey,
on child support, but
Oh,
I am not on child support for the obvious reasons, or
right.
you know, because that I don't take care of my children.
Oh, you're trying to support because she wants you and you don't want her. Ooh.
I'm gonna continue to talk. I'll put myself on child support.
we're here to listen.
Not to.
That's smart
I'm sorry.
because a lot of dudes don't do that, and then they end up getting hit with it, and then all that back pay and shit.
I mean, yeah,
Let him
yeah,
explain, let him
that
explain.
shit
Shit's up.
is crazy, but yeah, I put myself on child support because it was a little hectic in the beginning. I was like, you know, I felt that I was being, I wasn't able to see my child on a regular. So I figured, okay, if you and I can't be responsible enough to set up something or something in that nature, I'll just have the judicial system.
That was very mature.
That is mature.
That was very.
That takes a lot too, because
That
most
was-
men would be like,
That
I don't
is
want to be in the
beneficial
system.
of a male on child support right there.
Huh?
No, seriously.
You have
Yeah.
control to see your own child anytime you want
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you
well,
paying.
I mean, it's still. I mean, it ain't perfect, but
But you took the first step that
You
most
took
niggas
initiative.
don't even.
Niggas, bro, niggas will fight that to the end. Like,
and I honestly, I fought because my mom was like, yeah, do it, you know, because I brought it to her attention, like, yeah, I think you should do it. But I fought her on it because I was like, I don't want to become a weekend dad. Like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not that now. Thank God that we didn't have to, making
I
a
got you.
schedule and stuff. And I'm not that now. But I was like, that was my fear of becoming like a weekend dad. I didn't want my daughter to only be like, oh, I can see
I need
that
to
on
go
them 2 days.
on the weekends. Yeah, every other weekend. That's not what I wanted. So yeah, but the original question, I think it's unfair if a man, with the man being on child support only if he just not doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
true.
You know, if that nigga trying and you got the girl bitching and moaning and going on, what I really think it is, and this is kind of coming from experience, I think the woman is usually gonna be like bitching and moaning for 3 reasons. 1, yeah, they're not together. She wants him. He doesn't want her.
The obvious.
Right. 2, because of in some instances how she was brought up. And let me dissect that, because not to have all my business out. Okay, I'll just say Sue over here. Let's just say Sue.
Sue, got you.
Let's just say Sue.
And Tommy.
That's a very neutral name, not white, not black.
Sue.
Um,
Could be Asian.
Okay. Sue over here. Sue may have been brought up where her dad was not around. So she feels, okay, well, since I didn't grow up with a father, I feel like she makes up in her mind what a father should do or be or act or say or
Because
feel.
she don't have that experience.
Or the mother planted that in her head.
Influence.
So she feels like, okay, well, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're a bad father. You go on child support. That's another reason.
Gotcha.
Or 3. What was 3? Oh, 3. What was 3? Was it?
he don't know.
Or C. Or C. Oh wait. Okay. No, it was just 2.
Oh, all right, that's cool. All right.
I mean, because that makes sense.
I'm
Because the
a-
whole, if I'm not with you, you're on child
Right.
support,
Yeah. Some
or
women are just
how I was
spiteful.
raised.
Some
you're on
women
child
are very spiteful,
Yeah.
and I have friends, and you know what? They not my friends because I don't.
Suicide.
What are we?
What are you, Suicide Squad or something? No, seriously though, I have friends, and not the Suicide Squad. Warren.
Yup.
These are I know people, and I have some women that are in my family that will like get up and mad at a guy. You know, they was hanging tough for some years. You know, a baby came out of it, and next thing you know, yeah, they on Facebook displaying their hate for this person, and
Yeah, that's crazy.
you know, basically airing out their whole situation. You don't even got to ask questions. And talking about the system and talking about how he gonna pay this and she gonna make him do this. Basically, like she's playing God, like a person like I'm gonna make you pay for hurting me type thing. But they don't realize that you are putting a child in a really terrible situation, in a very you're putting them in a very like terrible situation, and you're putting them basically in the system of, okay, I don't have a dad, but I know what not to be.
Right.
And I don't want to be like that nigga. You don't even know him. Like you don't even know like what his qualities are as a person because of a mother is displaying so much hate for them, and all you know is you don't want to be around him because your mom don't want to be around him. So it's taught, it's engraved, and is also carried out through the children, and they suffer the most. It's not even because your mom is going to most likely find another nigga. And that's just the truth. You're going to find another nigga later on. Somebody going to catch your eye and you may go through the same thing with him too. Hey, we don't know. But what I'm saying is the woman will move on. But that child is going to be like, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, for me personally, I'm a child support child. And I'm 28. And I'm still getting child support.
You look 40.
And
hold on.
You said 48?
I'm 28, yes. And I'm still getting child support. And it and what I got from it is,
anybody got a calculator in here?
Let's just say
that mean that nigga owes 70 million.
Let's just say, yeah, he owe me a fully loaded truck right now. That's how much back pay he owes. Do I see
wait. Oh, so you saying?
Because of back pay. You saying you're not getting
child? Boy, I said how you?
Say you lying.
You gotta say that. You gotta explain that.
Dumb as hell.
I mean,
your daddy about dumb as a box of cereal.
Because I want to get into is
y'all chilling at the crib together.
I know you said that sometimes that the mother put bad things.
Yes.
I won't say my mom put the bad things in my head. It was kind of like, you don't want to meet. You don't want to meet. I want to see my dad. I want to see my dad. Someone there.
She's trying to protect you. When women do that, it's a protection.
I resented my mom so much for that, and now that I'm older, I'm like, oh my god.
You get it. Yes. Because now you see what a piece of. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but
I tell you this. I seen my biological, because the dad when we play softball, that's not my biological father. My parents.
Well, I never played softball, so
that's another topic.
Okay, gotcha.
Can't relate.
I seen my biological one time, and I still deem that the worst day of my life. Because from that day I was 9 years old, showed that, and I learned this young.
And it's sad because eventually kids will learn.
Because you have a baby doesn't make you a father.
Right.
True.
True.
A mother a mother can put their father biological on child support, and I think sometimes, and it's just from my experience, they do it to try to make a father out of somebody. You can't. If he don't want to do it himself.
True.
Mothers are natural protectors. You look in the nature or the wildlife. Cubs are automatically attracted to their mothers. The mothers go in and will die for their cub and to protect their youth. Mothers, humans, we are the same way. My baby, I wish. You would. Yeah. Like, I wish.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's a good parent.
It's an instinct that we have to become a barrier for our child so they won't encounter what we did. And you see it. You know how it is. So you are going to do everything you can as a parent, especially if you love that child, to protect them from feeling hurt, pain, because that's what you want. That's what parents do. You want to protect them and guide them. Like, look, I don't want him to feel that. I know how it feels. Yeah. I don't want him to feel that type of disappointment or hurt. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna extract this part away, and hopefully it won't bother him as much.
And it took me a lot from just that one day to see all of that.
Right.
That's why I kind of start maturing, especially in that situation, because I think my parents got married, and as you see, I said parents because my stepfather from day one never called me stepson. That's my oldest boy. That's my son. That's my oldest boy.
That's real.
He still brags to this day. He can't stand me, but I'm still his oldest boy.
He don't look like me and got big feet.
I can't stand the nigga Devin ass, but he's somewhat mine.
It taught me, and that's why I think like you say, just because that person is a father, there's somebody out there that's willing to be a real father to somebody.
It's true. Somebody who's ready and willing, and that would be the fortunate side of a child going through an absent father experience because not only will they understand.
Oh, what the fuck, girl?
I'm wondering what happened.
It's the fortunate side of a child experiencing trauma at an early age because they realize that they can bounce back from it. But it's unfortunate when a child is put in a predicament to where they don't see that type of love and they are not aware that it can exist. So
Right.
I feel like that is it's unfortunate, but that. And what's even more unfortunate is that it happens so much more than a willing, loving father coming in as a parental figure and being a man to that child and showing them how to love a woman and how to take care of the household and how to do these things. So it happens less. It happens seldomly
we need
than
to
not.
big up our fathers out here that's
They're
what
out
we
here
need to
doing
do.
their thing,
We need to
for
big up
real.
our fathers because there's some men out here that are taking care of their responsibility, not being like the rest of the odds and
Right.
just avoiding them. And I'm not trying to pat my own back, but it's some men out here, and even for Graylin and a lot of the homies that we know personally, like. We could be really out here doing our own thing,
Yeah.
just living the life. But, we choose to be a father because
Right.
Still living it.
it's nothing greater than that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really nothing greater than that. So,
And we're
I
not
think
perfect.
we're not perfect
Good
because
Lord,
no
we're not perfect.
parent is ready to be a parent.
No child is
I don't
going to
care
ever
how
look
many
at you like
books
that either.
they say read,
And I read
all
of
this shit they tell you to
And I don't
do.
read.
It's because at the end of the day, your child is going to be different from every other
Mm-hmm.
child that they wrote about in that book.
Right.
So you have to learn your child specific to who they are.
So you can gear
And
your
it's
parental
nobody else
voice
can
in.
tell you about your child.
True.
Because every child is unique
different.
and they're beautiful in their own way. And no matter how much they get on our nerves, we got on our parents' nerves, but they chose to deal with us, whether it was just mom or just
No, she
dad,
chose to beat me.
which
Yours
kind
too?
of made you the man you are today.
Did it though?
Yeah, because I was scared of ass whoopings, so I kind of I stayed out of the certain
I
things.
see.
I was, but I still got into some crazy.
Yeah,
I got my butt
but
whooped
growing up
faithfully.
where we grew up,
Man.
if there was no ass
Faithfully.
whooping, we would have got our ass whooped another way.
Yeah.
So let's
Wait,
let's
what
just-
other way can you get a?
I mean, you can
Death.
get jumped,
Jail.
you can get
Yeah.
death,
In the
jumped in,
streets.
I'll run you over.
police,
Jumped in, gang, police.
gang
Oh
jumped
no,
in.
I get it. Never mind. I thought you were talking about your parents. I'm like,
No,
wait,
no,
how
no.
else are they gonna?
Say
No, life
uncle or
will
auntie
beat your
or something
ass
like
if your parents don't. So
That-
it's like
Oh, that nigga waiting.
somebody gonna
Oh,
whoop your
don't
ass.
worry.
That nigga
You gonna
waiting.
learn.
You don't
Outside
gotta
the
whoop
door.
Tommy. Somebody gonna whoop Tiny ass when you get in the world.
When you get in 12th grade.
Yeah, because you can. You can tell a child that hasn't had certain disciplinary
Yes.
actions
Oh,
being
It's just
brought up to
breathing,
him.
yeah.
He feels like he's privileged, and that's no matter what race. Because a lot of people are starting to take on this, parental thing as I want my child to just be them, be free. And I'm like, well, if the world really was like that, you know what I'm saying? We kind of would have been introduced to that a long time ago. But
That
I feel like
I saw something.
what?
It was fuck. I don't want to butcher it. It was a clip from the Breakfast Club, and they asked. I think it was with Tia Mowry.
I seen that interview.
I seen that.
Asked
Yeah, I seen it.
about
Yes.
sparing the rod, and spoiling the child.
She don't believe in whooping.
But I mean,
But
just
she
because-
also was born in a white and black.
She said she got
Yeah, but
beat.
she got beat.
She got beat though by her mom.
I know, but it
She don't want her child to
it tortured
fear
her.
her, is what she said.
She say that
Oh.
it was a form of
Oh,
torture.
I'm gonna put the fear of God in mind.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
but
Because
I
if
mean-
you don't,
They gonna try you.
yeah.
She
But
tried me
Can
anyway.
I expound on that statement? Spare the rod. I mean, I know we growing
Come on,
up
Bishop.
What's
in our
this?
community,
Come on,
he
Bishop.
finna get the preach the rod.
Spare the rod.
Spare the rod doesn't
Spoil
always
the
mean
child.
If you-
physical beating.
Nah,
It's
you right.
discipline.
Yeah.
You know what it really is? And I learned this too. It's a gem. I don't know if parents know this. Instead of sparing the rod, put them in uncomfortable situations. You know what a kid hate most is just being able to just be
To do
Yeah.
what they
fucking
want.
just all of this shit. Put them in some uncomfortable situations. Had them just and people like, oh, timeout. Timeout is, I mean, for us, it may not be,
Niggas.
but that
That don't work.
That don't
for
work for
my
my
kids.
son.
I'm
No, it
sorry.
don't. It don't.
My child.
But just take something away.
I can take
Can
a
I
nap,
get a
nigga.
juice
That
box?
tablet?
That's true. That's true.
Cut
Now,
that
what is-
motherfucker off at 2:00 in the
What he
afternoon.
saying is
He
true. They
gonna
go
be
crazy.
Yo, I'm about to go. Yeah.
And they gonna start doing other stuff, which gonna end up in the result of a ass whooping. So
But if nobody teach them restraint, somebody will.
that's true.
That's the thing.
And
like,
that's
That
where
is
you put
true.
the
as,
fear
mu-
of God.
wanna
as
teach
much
it in
as
your
we
household
as much as
first.
we always like, oh,
I'm in favor of
I
a
don't do
wooden
my
spoon
child
now.
like this,
Yeah.
and I don't do much. The world not gonna always tell you yes.
Right.
We don't get approvals for everything we want.
The only time
So-
only time I feel like I should spank Aubrey is if she disrespect me. That's one thing. Kid or no kid,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna need my respect.
Because they need the respect from adults.
So, I was different. My dad didn't believe in ass whoopings. He believed in if I tell your ass something once.
That's an ass
that's
whooping,
it.
pretty much, right?
No, it's not. Because here's the thing. He didn't get it.
Disappointed.
He didn't get that.
Okay, question:
that's
did
not
you
how my dad grew
ever
up.
disobey him when he told you something?
No, because I was scared.
Well, Joe, that's
That's
the
my
ass
point.
whooping.
You
Get to the
put
button.
fear of God.
That's a blank ass whooping.
That's a blank one.
Even when I did,
Yeah,
because
that-
at some point in
I'm gonna go
time,
clean my room.
as men.
But you was scared for something.
But here's the thing, I did buck up to him at one point in time in my life.
I wish I
Come
was.
on,
You know
Joe.
what I'm
You
saying?
ain't. I wish I
did.
could have seen it.
I did.
You daddy.
And Grayland, Wayne, they know. They be like,
sorry.
they look at my dad and be like, damn, like, right. You know what I'm saying?
Dog.
I did buck up
I
to him
see.
one
Get your
time,
little
but he
ass in the
didn't
room.
put his hands on me.
It scared me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just we had an altercation, you know, situation where it was like, okay,
Hell yeah.
maybe I need to
child.
sit the fuck down somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
One at a time.
Yeah.
My dad didn't
One at a
believe in
time.
that shit.
Wait,
Apparently.
My
Ross,
mom-
Ross better
Oh,
not
see, now
talk.
you should have got a
Look. Ross better not talk because Ross act like a little white kid.
Mom, get in my room. Come here, Blondie.
Mom, space. You're not. You're space. You're in it.
I'm gonna freak
I
out.
know his mother. His mother's crazy.
No,
Look.
yeah, no, but no.
Ross!
I'm just talking about how Ross act. But she be like, Ross, can you go to McDonald's, give me a double cheese? Ma, I'm not doing
Yeah.
it. I'm playing the game.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Look, he be like,
I
Mom,
wish I would.
Mom,
say that to my
space.
mama.
You're in it.
My bubble is here, and you're about to burst it.
I've witnessed that from
All
Ross,
right.
dog.
Well,
Come
this
here,
has
Blondie.
been-
No, don't try to
He
end this
trying
shit down.
to speed past it
Trying
now,
to
bro.
wrap it up for a minute. But
Here you go.
This has been dope, though. I appreciate
Oh,
everyone
no,
coming out
no.
here.
So we all experienced.
I know.
We gotta talk about our
Hell
experiences.
no, Ross.
You
Here,
trying to
Ross.
get us on
Okay,
Facebook?
time to wrap it up here, guys.
We were supposed to wrap, but nah.
Pat
this-
your weaves, ladies.
So next time we got to get on Ross and
Ken?
Blondie.
That's 2 weeks we've been supposed to get on Ross, bro.
yeah,
what?
it was.
I thought we were
Everything.
supposed to get on Mysterious Man.
What you
Oh,
talking
God.
about, girl? We
Oh,
were supposed to get on that last other week.
Let's talk about your.
The nigga say, Ross, what did y'all talk about?
We talk about stuff.
I mean, what I normally talk
what
about.
I normally talk
Wait,
about.
what happened?
We were supposed to get on that.
I mean, what I
Supposed to
normally
get on
talk
Ross
about.
and
He's still hitting it.
We talk about colors.
Talking about.
Hey man,
we gotta talk about me?
this
We
was
talk
a
about
good
pencil
this was a good
shavings.
conversation though. If y'all want to
Elvis
see
glue.
if y'all want to see more in-depth conversation of what we're talking about, make sure you comment down below in the video.
Please, though.
Follow all of us on Instagram. All of our Instagrams
like a ball.
will be in the description. Make sure fuck the camera. Make sure you no.
that's right.
But nah,
I was just trying to make it better.
make sure you hit us up and let us know if
The
you
stick,
vibing
you
with the
gotta roll it
podcast
up,
and what conversations you want to see us talk about. You feel me?
And then rub
We
it
good?
They just talking
The
about
tray.
time, bro.
and see how long.
I'm
you
not
stick.
throwing up the
okay. I
third
thought
one.
you
I'm.
said- I thought
This
you
is.
from
I
dead
don't even
end.
know what
But
this
you
means.
still have
I can see people doing it. I
at the end.
just,
I hope she's not on the camera because she was throwing up something just now. You know,
was it?
we're not trying to get shot up.
In the clutch.
You said what?
Pull up.
In the clutch
I am
out of
from- I
here.
I mean, this is
But
like
Man,
we appreciate y'all, man. We
Take
out,
it.
man.
Next
We out this
time.
thing.
Oh, he knows.